is it going to stay up?
Let's see. Refresh and go to the live stream page. So yeah, that way we're sure to do this thing horizontally. Okay. So feel free to go ahead and start putting the stuff on the Hey Alex, how are you? Thank you for joining us. I'm so used to doing my live streams with like the fancy intro and stuff, and YouTube and this program I have is just giving us so many issues. So we're starting a few minutes early just to make sure we're actually doing this thing horizontally. Hi Estelle. Yes, so we're going to be live every Wednesday and Sunday. I'm so glad you caught us here today. Hi Estelle, nice to see you again. Thank you for tuning in from the Netherlands. So, yay! We're going to get started in a few minutes. Let me get my decks ready. I hope you guys are having a good day so far. Really? Estelle was your grandma's name? That's so cool. Ooh, a Virgo like me, yay. Love it. Aw, she's one of your spirit guides. That's so awesome, Alex. I love that. I love it. I love it. I hope you're enjoying your Sunday. I can't believe we're almost, well, next week is Thanksgiving, and then we've got, geez, December will be around the corner. They have the same name too. That's so cool. Very nice. All right, Cameron. So we are good. I'm going to take this sign down since we are probably going to be starting shortly. But I miss my little thing scrolling through the screen. My husband had this program where, you know, it provided an intro, like all fancy schmancy. And then, you know, like the prices for the readings were scrolling down below. And of course, right now, it's just glitchy. It's not working. And every time we tried to use it, it would boot us off the live stream. So I'm like, okay, that's not good. Let's just do it old school with my phone. So that's what we're doing here today. So yeah, we'll officially wait until everybody can hop on here at 1 o'clock. What state are you at again, Alex? I forget. I apologize. And Estelle, I know you are in the Netherlands. I'm seriously wanting to visit the Netherlands one of these days. And with a husband who is from England. He's actually British and Jamaican. Your grandma, oh, her birthday was September 17th, 1919. Wow. That's cool. My grandma, believe it or not, she was born in 1901. We lost her when she was 85, so that was 1986-ish. Miss her every day. All right, we'll be starting soon. Whoa, she was almost 100. What a beautiful long life she had. Wow. That's amazing. I say if anybody can, you know, age past 80 and still have, you know, a healthy life, you've got your capacities, you know, and able to interact and otherwise be healthy. I mean, how amazing is that? Wow. All right, Cameron Carr. So yeah, my daughter Cameron is our moderator for today. So we'll start off with some letters here. Let's start off with some letters for the general love forecast. And as usual, anybody who's interested in getting a mini reading here today, you know what, Cameron, can you go ahead and post your comment there so that everybody sees the... Go ahead and post it at the top.
How do you do it?
Go to your comment, and I think there's like a little button or like the 3 dots that pop up so you can pin it.
It doesn't give me.
It won't let you? Okay, hold on. It might be up to me to pin this. 1 second. Pin message. There we go. There we go, folks. All right, let's officially start. So hopefully we'll get a few more people hopping on here. So we're going to start off with letters, guys, like we did last time, especially for those that tuned in on Wednesday. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate y'all tuning in. So yeah, we're going to start off with the letters. Let me just get my cards situated here, and then we will begin. And closer to the holidays, guys, I want to do a... I'm going to do a giveaway, whether it's a reading or it's like a complimentary deck of cards, one of my decks. So stay tuned for that. And I'll try to give you guys a heads up just so you can plan your week ahead if you do decide to tune in. Okay, so yeah, right now, if you just hopped on, we're going to start with the letters. That could be a part of your name. That could be a part of the person that you're thinking about. I'm using 2 alphabet decks so we can get duplicate letters that might be significant for some of you. All right, so let's start. Letters. All right, we're starting off with B. We have an N. J. B and J. That could be somebody's initials. We have double B. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. When we get double letters like that, maybe somebody's initials could literally be BB, or maybe both people have a first name that start with B, or even last name, you know? Somebody could also have 2 B's in their name. Every time I see this, it reminds me of somebody named Bobby. So if that's the case for someone, it could also be Robert. Busby. Really? Oh yeah, Estelle Busby. How cool is that? There you go, Estelle. Maybe there's something in this reading for you. We have V, and we've got letters flying out. Okay, here we go. We've got double T coming through. All right, what else? We have R. Y also presenting itself here. Let's grab a few more. We have Z. This reading so far, Estelle. It's really picking up off of your vibe. We have X. Maybe for some of you guys, it could even be focusing on X partnerships. We'll see. We have an E. I'm guided to pull 2 more. All right, we've got W and one last one, which is a D. Okay, so take a look at those letters. And, you know, again, it could be a part of your name. It could be the person you're focused on. For my singles, maybe this isn't making a whole lot of sense right now, but maybe it will. You know, these are ultimately timeless, so you can always go back and watch these, or if you happen to run across it weeks later after it's been broadcast, doesn't really matter. So that's what's coming through, all right? So let me go ahead and set these guys aside. We'll go ahead and take a look at the zodiac signs. All right, so Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus for yourself, for the person you're thinking about, for maybe a future love connection if you're single. All right, so what are the signs? We've got Scorpio coming through. We have Virgo. Okay. We have Cancer. We've got Gemini. Go for it, Estelle. We'll be here. We have Leo. Let me grab one more sign to represent the energies coming through here. But, you know, if it's not the sign that you're looking for, that doesn't mean the messages can't make sense. All right, so we have Scorpio, Virgo, Cancer, Gemini, Leo, and Sagittarius. We are heavily into Sagittarius season, and hopefully there's some really good energies that's going to be coming in for you for the next few weeks. But again, it's a timeless reading ultimately, and we'll see what comes through. But those are the signs so far, and I love to take the energies from Jennifer Aquarius Tarot's Physical Features deck. I would love it actually if she came out with a volume 2 of this. So just, you know, taking a fun look at the physical features for the collective. It might maybe be describing somebody that you know. It could be describing you, of course, the person that you're focused on. All right, let's see. All right, angels and spirit guides, please, for the collective. Physical features of either the person watching or somebody that you are thinking about or that is surrounding you right now. Somebody with long hair, kind of reddish maybe, or maybe somebody that loves to dye their hair. Snub nose. We have punk style, okay. Let's see what else. Somebody that likes to dye their hair, that's kind of coming through. We have twists, okay. Somebody is known for having twists. Welcome back, Estelle. So we're taking a look at physical features, either for yourself or the person you're thinking about or somebody you know. Sporty, or somebody's really into sports, either watching it or being a part of it. Trendy, okay. I'm seeing the number 6. I will grab maybe 6 more cards here. Let's see. All right, we have average lips. We've got gothic, okay. Maybe somebody loves to wear black, you know. I know I do. I've got a ton of black things in my closet, and yes, it's very slimming. All right, we have Middle Eastern, okay. So maybe folks from the Middle East are tuning in and watching this, or somebody that you know is Middle Eastern. Somebody could also love Middle Eastern food. We have slanted eyes, okay. So somebody could be Asian. Somebody could have a disability. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're in a wheelchair, you know, however way that is coming through for someone. All right, let's see. Let me grab one more here. What else? And one last one, we have sexy style. Somebody finds you to be very alluring, very sexy, so maybe divine feminine. You know, that's how your masculine sees you, and maybe just really very attracted to you. Bottom of the deck, somebody's got blue eyes. Okay, that's presenting itself as well. So if any of those descriptions are, you know, piquing your interest, let's go ahead and take a look and see what's the vibe, right? What is coming through? And Alex, if you're still here, I'm going to go ahead and use your deck here. If I can actually find it, yes. This is one of my favorite decks, actually. All right, so I'll be using Sister Moon Tarot's relationship design cards. All right, here we go. Angels and spirit guides, please, let's take a look at the opening message for the collective. We have news coming in, air, communication, delivery. You could also be maybe an air sign, or the person you're thinking about could be an air sign. So we are looking at Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. But I'm feeling overall good energy from this card. So some good news that's either on its way to you, or you're going to be delivering good news to somebody. All right, let's see what else. What else for the collective? We have friendship, bond, equal, platonic. I'm also feeling here, guys, that a connection might just be a friendship for now, but it could evolve into something more later down the line. Some of you could also be missing a friend. Maybe you guys haven't talked in a while, haven't seen each other in a while. So you might reconnect, you might hear from this person. All right, let's see what else. Okay, well, we have angry here. Projections, resentments, unresolved. So that could be, for some of you, why there is or has not been communication. But it does seem here, maybe it's been a while since you guys have talked. So that could be telling us that this is a person that you had a falling out with that might find that it's time to reach out. It could be an apology. Let's see what else. And then we'll pull some tarot to go ahead and clarify this stuff. We have growth, expansion, spirituality, upgrading. I like that because whatever the past represents for you personally, I do feel that you're a different person at this point, having grown from that experience, having learned the lesson behind it. Okay, look at the next card. We do have reignite. Somebody wants to come back perhaps to fix something between the two of you. So it does say hope, back together again. That can be friendships, but it could also be romantic partnerships. All right, let's grab one more here. Give me one more card. Okay, we have sadness, tears, pain, longing. Somebody's longing to talk to you. Somebody is longing to reconnect with you. Maybe you're missing them as well. But it does seem here that the distance and the separation, it's temporary. Because I am ultimately feeling with this card that something will come back. Something will reignite the relationship. You know, could be something like that. So I'm going to set these guys aside right here, and then we'll take a look at the tarot. What's coming in for the collective here? So friendship that turns to love. Could be reconciliations for some of you. And the reconciliation doesn't just have to be romantic. It could be family. It could be friendships, you know? Yeah, we've got the star coming through here. For some of you guys, maybe the person that you are thinking about for this reading could be Aquarius. You could have Aquarius in your chart as well. So somebody's wishing maybe to communicate. Let's see what else. High Priestess, followed by the Nine of Cups. So there's something about the wishes that are being made at this point in time when it comes to the energy that's presenting itself here. Estelle, let me read your comment. Nope, when it's done, it's done. I'm a Pisces. So is my son. That's something he would say. I get you. I hear you. You know, when that chapter is done, it's like, bye. So what I'm getting here, whatever it is that you guys are wishing for, I feel especially my feminines, you're very intuitive coming in with the energy of the High Priestess. You know, you might not be sharing this wish with everybody, but it's something that's in your heart. You're thinking about it. And look at the next card here. So feminine energy coming through. And Divine Feminine, if you relate to this, you actually have the power within you to be able to make something happen here. You hold the cards in a sense, you know? You get to create what you want. So what this is basically telling me, especially for my feminines again, since we've got High Priestess, we've got the Empress energy coming through. Like you said, Estelle, you know, we've got the Six of Swords. It's about moving on, moving forward, leaving something behind. When it's done, it's freaking done. So maybe there's a reason why you're here. Yep, you're just ready to move forward. Ready to move on. Look at this. More divine feminine energy. And we now have the vibe coming in from the Queen of Swords. So Queen of Swords doesn't put up with no nonsense. You're not going to put up with somebody's drama or any, well, I kind of was going to say something else, but I don't want to get censored here on YouTube. But Queen of Swords, you're not going to stand for somebody who doesn't treat you right, you know? Ms. Bonnie Joe Smith, let me read your comment. My granddaughter spent her birthday in the hospital. Somebody pushed her down and she has a brain clot and she can't walk and she has a high fever. Hospital stay 5 days so far. Oh, that's horrible. We'll definitely, you know, saying a little prayer for your granddaughter. That is not nice. All right, let's see what else here. So yeah, it does seem that the feminines are standing your ground. If a masculine can't come towards you correct, then you're not going to take them back. They're taking fluid from her spine. So sorry to hear that. How old is your granddaughter, if you don't mind me asking? I have a granddaughter who's 4. So if anything happened to her, I would not be in a good place. Okay, let's see what else. We have more feminine energy. Look at that, Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups as well as the High Priestess, both very intuitive. So trust what your heart is telling you, Divine Feminines. We also have Justice. So if there's a situation or a person that have an balance in your life, it does seem here that my feminines have the power to be able to recalibrate things in your life, to be able to either move on from it, stand your ground, do whatever is necessary for you to manifest something that you want. Oh, she's 8. Oh, I'm so sorry. We'll definitely say a prayer for her. Wishing her speedy recovery. So sorry to hear that. We do have the Chariot. Well, so since we're focused on, you know, your granddaughter and what's happening with her, with the energy of the Chariot, I must say that whatever she's going through right now, she'll overcome it, and that there will be movement away from her injuries or her health issues. It's not an injury. Yeah, the brain clot. So that's a positive energy presenting itself there. But, you know, focusing on romantic connections, this is also a very positive energy, guys. Some of you could be the Cancer, or you're thinking of the Cancer, and Cancer did already come through earlier, right? So this is overcoming the struggles and the obstacles that could be standing in the way. There could be legal entanglements here as well, but if it is coming through for you, Divine Feminine, I do feel that you will come out on top. You'll be able to overcome it. Okay. So you don't want to self-sabotage any progress. We do have the Magician, but it is coming up in the reverse. So you could be dealing with people who are a little bit on the sly side. They could be sneaky, trying to pretend to be something that they're not. Could be deceptive. So try to kind of stay away from people like that. Let's see. But I do ultimately feel that whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest in your life, you actually can do it. But you might run into people or circumstances that create some sort of blockage, preventing that from happening. But, you know, if you are laser focused on what it is that you want to happen, there's nothing that can stand in your way ultimately. Seven of Pentacles, followed by the Ace of Pentacles. I love that. So prosperity, abundance on its way for you. Abundance comes in many forms. It could be employment. It could be coming into some money, of course, a raise in pay. Finances look really good when this comes around, but it could also be new opportunities and a fresh start when it comes to your love life, your friendships, how you interact with family. It's more stable, you know. It could also be like a more stable offer of commitment or even marriage for those of you who are looking for that. And Seven of Pentacles, yes, hard work will pay off, but it's not quite ready to manifest at this point in time. It needs a little bit more time. So look at this. We've got the King of Cups coming through. So remember earlier, we have our Queen of Cups. So we do have divine counterparts coming through here for some of you. Maybe you see this person as either a soulmate or, of course, a twin flame. That could be a possibility. You guys are on the same page here. Some of you might have dealt with a person who wasn't ready to commit. Maybe they are now, or they will present themselves in this way because they ultimately see you as the person that they want to be with. So that's a pretty good direction that that's going. Whatever you are going through in your life, I feel, again, you will overcome it. And, you know, if there's something that you're afraid to manifest, there's this need for you to just be able to stand your ground, be able to stand up and find the strength within you, find the courage within you to take that first step. Oh, let me read your comment, Estelle. That's why I can't tell. I have a serious conversation with someone who's very rich and lives in Dubai. Okay. I wasn't looking for that, and he's very in love with me. Okay. Maybe we can look into your situation today if you want, you know, if you want to do a personal mini reading. Some of you could also be either Leo or you're surrounded by somebody who's a Leo. That came through earlier as well from one of the zodiac signs. So, you know, again, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. And look at this, and now we've got the Sun coming through. So both Leo energy here. That could also be a time frame for some of you. You know, if you're wanting to bring something to the surface when it comes to your love life or something else that you're focused on, it doesn't just have to be that, then it does seem maybe during Leo season is when it can happen. So we're looking at next year, of course, July or August. So it seems that that's when something can finally start happening for you, in particular to whatever it is you're focused on for this reading. All right, so I'm going to switch gears and let's go ahead and see what else comes through for the collective here. Your person is Scorpio, Estelle? Okay. I mean, if you want to, like I mentioned, we can do a personal mini reading here today. All right, so let me go ahead and grab a different deck. All right, guys. If you're just now hopping on, this is the general love forecast portion of this live stream. And we are going to open it up to whoever is interested in getting a mini reading after that. So all of the payment options are pinned at the top of the comments. Of course, we have super chat options, and it is $22.22 for the mini reading, okay? All right, so I'm just going to, I was guided to this deck. Let's go ahead and see what comes through from here. What's the vibe? What's the energy for the collective? Especially focusing on partnerships, foundation, trust, mutual love, fidelity, compatible. That's 100% important to have a very strong foundation in the connection. Wow, your person's got a special member code. He's very rich. Okay. Yeah, my husband was in the military. He was actually stationed in Dubai for a point. And that country has just developed over the years. It's amazing. All right, this is the next card, spiritual connection. There's somebody here who may not be with you if you relate to it, but they still feel very spiritually connected to you. They think of you, maybe you think of them, almost to the point where you guys are thinking of each other. Oh, you got a family member code. Interesting. So you're basically saying that you can't tell if this person is serious. Oh no, you have a serious conversation with this person. From him. Wow. Okay. That's amazing. Well, look at the card coming through. We've got the Divine Masculine. So for my feminines tuning in, whenever you happen to catch this live stream, we have a masculine coming through here. They're not with you in the 3D sense, but this is somebody who picks up off of your vibe. When they think of you, maybe you're picking up off of those energies. Okay. What else do we need to know here for the collective? So we have the Divine Masculine. What does the masculine need to bring forward for this reading? We have devoted, affectionate, loving, loyal, adoring. And bottom of the deck, look at this. We have wedding day. I don't know. Maybe some of you guys have talked marriage with your masculine, or maybe we have a masculine who had cold feet, which is why they are not with you. There could be a separation here. Okay, so let's see. Let's take a look at the energy surrounding that. Oh, so you feel this person is a pure soul, a golden-hearted person, so he seems like a good guy. So that's awesome. Sees you as his queen, Estelle. Wow. Have you been to Dubai? Have you actually gone? Did you meet online? Let's grab some tarot here. So the masculine showing up here. Page of Swords. So I can't help but feel for some of you, you're not with your masculine. You're not thinking, or they're not with you in the sense, like in person. But part of this curiosity is wondering if you think of them. That's kind of the vibe I'm picking up. We're seeing the Chariot once again. So it does seem whatever struggles or obstacles are in the way of union or a reunion in the 3D, because 5D energy, I feel, telepathic communication, all of that is coming through. They do still feel you, Divine Feminine. I feel this is a masculine that knows that there's something that needs to be done in order to create movement forward. We're seeing the Six of Swords. Okay, so interesting. This is about moving forward. We've seen that. It's about, you know, closing the door to the past. So maybe part of the reason why a masculine might not have been 100% invested is because there could have been other people. Maybe they were in another relationship. Maybe that chapter has ended. That opens this masculine up to be able to pursue a relationship fully with you. You know, we see the devoted message. We see wedding day. He's calling me tomorrow. What his father said about me. So I'm nervous. What? Now I'm telling something. The Sheik is saying, oh my God. You'll have to keep us posted, Estelle. We'll be back live on Wednesday. This is like a continuing saga here. All right, let's see. Now this is interesting. Knight of Pentacles is a slow energy, but the Chariot is faster. So maybe in the 5D, the communication makes a lot more sense, you know? But in the 3D, things just seem to be crawling, you know? I feel that there's a masculine that's getting ready to make his move. But it's one of those things, Divine Feminine, where you got to just forget about it. Like when he makes his move, great. It'll just drive you crazy if you continue to focus on that, you know, time frame wise. But this is definitely a masculine who's focused on a future with you. We got the Two of Wands right here. So it's about the future. So things might be slow for now, but it will pick up. And then look, we've got the Ten of Cups right here. So there's something about the love. We have the divine love connection here, that they definitely feel this very special partnership with you. They're not thinking of a fleeting romance. This isn't somebody who's interested in being in and out of your life. This isn't somebody that's just thinking temporary love. This is somebody who's thinking of a permanent relationship, lifetime commitment. Whoa. And then we've got the Wheel of Fortune. So if you relate to this, if let's just say you haven't had the best of luck in your romantic life, I feel things are definitely moving forward. This represents a new cycle coming in, and it's going to be very different from how your past relationships have been. Yes, Estelle, it's slow for now, but I feel that is a blessing. That's a good thing. All right, let's grab one more card here. The Fool. Nine of Cups. Okay. Something's close. Something's close to manifesting here, and it's got something to do with your love life. Yeah. So I believe it. If this person is telling you that they're in love with you, they're not just saying it to say it. They do mean what they're saying. So this is somebody who feels a very deep connection with you. And we see the wedding day reference. We see the bride and groom from the Ten of Cups. This is somebody who wants to manifest all of the milestones in a relationship that we would want to experience, you know? So marriage, meeting each other's families. There could also be blended families for some of you. Wow, this is a wish that can manifest in the 3D. It's just going to take time. But it's one of those things where it's worth the wait, you know? And then we've got the Ten of Pentacles here. So money is involved for sure. Financial windfall. This is somebody who's already established. And Estelle, in your case, it does seem that that's a part of the energy coming through. So it's kind of making sense. This is somebody who already has this very strong foundation in their life. But this is also the same type of foundation that they want to be able to build with you in the relationship, the actual relationship itself. So I like how that's presenting itself. Wow, okay. So I wanted to go ahead and switch gears a little bit. So I've got some songs from here, whether you know the song or not. Maybe you'll be able to relate to the lyrics of the songs, to give us an indication of what the energy is for this reading. Angels and spirit guides, please, for the collective, what needs to come through. You have doubts, overthinking. I swear you sound like my son. He's definitely a Pisces. His birthday is March 11th. But yeah, try to be positive. You know, if it really is meant to be a positive experience, then it will be. All right, let's grab a song here. You're the 10th. Wow. Yeah, he's the 11th. I was supposed to have him on the 13th. That's so funny. All right, Nothing Compares to You by Sinead O'Connor. All right, let me grab one more. Bottom of the deck here is Lay Me Down by Sam Smith. Hopefully you guys are familiar with those songs. Both two really good songs. So it's been 7 hours and 15 days since you took your love away. Doesn't exactly have to be that time frame, but this is someone who perhaps distanced themselves from the relationship. I go out every night and sleep all day since you took your love away. Since you've been gone, I can do whatever I want. I can see whomever I choose. I can eat my dinner in a fancy restaurant, but nothing, I said nothing can take away these blues. So this is basically somebody who's miserable, because they're not with you. Literally miserable because they're not with you. They're just passing the time, you know. Their day, it's just not filled with anything exciting because the person that they're really into isn't there, the person that they love. And then we have Lay Me Down by Sam Smith. Yes, I do. I believe that one day I will be where I was, right there, right next to you. And it's hard. The days just seem so dark. The moon and the stars are nothing without you. So both of these are really coming through with a very specific storyline for those of you that relate to it. You miss this person, you know, they're not with you right now. They're, as I said, they're kind of miserable. They're depressed because the person that they're really into is not in their life. But they still believe, they're holding on to the faith that you guys can make it work. Okay, so let's see if that is possible. Okay, time frame. So we've got the Seven of Pentacles coming through again. Three of Cups. Ultimately, I'm feeling that there will come a point where you will see, if you relate to this, that something will come to fruition in your life when it comes to this person. There is the potential for a reunion for those of you who are not together. Yeah, that seems to be presenting itself here. A new chapter in love. And the Three of Cups can be a celebratory type energy as well. It can represent engagements and weddings down the line for some of you guys. And then we have the Magician. So Gemini and Virgo presenting itself there. So what I'm getting for those especially who are apart, who are in separation, that there is somebody who will return because that's their main focus. They want to be able to rekindle the relationship here. They hate the fact that they're not with you. And who is this? It is the masculine. We have the masculine showing up as the Emperor here. For some of you, your masculine could be Aries. So this is a masculine who's ready to take control of the situation. They really want to be able to find structure in their partnership again, and they know that they're going to have to do the work to make that happen. They also know that maybe they haven't made the best choices in the past, but they really are thinking and focusing on a future that they could have with you. They want to be able to create progress. They want, you know, it's one of those things where they have no choice really but to have patience. But what I'm ultimately feeling here is they're so incredibly restless to just make something happen. But they also know that they have to take their time. This is almost like a time frame from the universe letting them know it's like, you know what? Chill out. Things have to move slow for now. For now. Ace of Swords. There's that aha moment. There's our breakthrough. The clarity that this person needs. You know, it's giving them the time to get to a point where they can actually make better decisions than they have in the past. So this is a new opportunity coming in for those who are in separation from somebody that you love. I feel this person still loves you. They haven't given up on the idea that you guys belong together. So it seems if you're open to a second chance, this is somebody who's willing to put in the effort and all the work necessary. And then we've got the Ace of Cups. So it does seem for this storyline right here, there are new beginnings. The relationship will be given the opportunity to deepen once more. So things are going to get better, I feel, when it comes to your romantic life, if you relate to this and you're not with your person right now. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and grab a couple songs from the other deck, but that's what came through from that one. For those of you guys who love 90s songs, that's what's coming out of this deck, Heart Songs of the 90s. So I'll go ahead and grab a couple from this deck, and then we'll wrap it up with some final messages. And anybody who is interested in getting your own personal mini reading here today, feel free to go ahead and request that at any time while I'm doing this general reading. All right, so let's go ahead and grab a couple of songs for the collective. And let's take a look and see what the lyrics are when it comes to your partnership. So we have November Rain. Interesting. We are in November. Okay. I don't know if you guys are familiar well, this is kind of a way back when MTV actually played music videos, you know, for those of you who were around during that time. And the November Rain video was pretty elaborate. And bottom of the deck, we have Always by Bon Jovi. Okay, so let's read this. When I look into your eyes, I can see a love restrained. But darling, when I hold you, don't you know I feel the same? Nothing lasts forever, and we both know hearts can change. So this could be a relationship. You know, you guys were together for a point, but then things went south, for lack of a better word. You guys broke up, and it's about being able to accept the ups and downs of a partnership, especially once you guys go into separation. But then we have the total opposite vibe coming through from this one. Bon Jovi, Always. It's been raining since you left me. Now I'm drowning in the flood. You see, I've always been a fighter, but without you, I give up. So there's this energy of maybe they're afraid to even reach out, especially if they feel like you would reject them. You wouldn't be open to even talking to them. So let's grab some insight from tarot. Let's take a look and see where this is going to go. Some of you guys might be Guns N' Roses fans. Some of you guys might love Bon Jovi. I know I sure do. That was literally my wallpaper when I was in college. Bon Jovi. All right, so here we go. If you're missing somebody, basically I'm seeing that somebody's missing you and thinking about you. Okay, that's what's coming through there. Look at that. We've got the Eight of Cups. So it depends on how you relate to it, you know? Do you feel that you walked away from a relationship because there were some challenges there? Or are they missing you because you took it upon yourself to just break things off? It could be switched around as well. We do have the Six of Cups. Some of you guys might have known each other for a very long time. We do have young love here. You know, maybe high school sweethearts, college sweethearts, whatever the case might be. There's history here. I feel they miss you. They are thinking about you. Maybe they're really sad and melancholy because you walked away, you distanced yourself from this individual. But they're basically telling you it's like, I'll always love you no matter what. They hurt you though. We do see the Three of Swords here. It doesn't have to be everybody's story, but for some of you guys, maybe this is a third party scenario. So take that if it makes sense. If it's not a love triangle of any sort, what I'm ultimately seeing here is they hurt you. So either you walked away or they walked away from you. Mish 5802. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad you were able to find us live as well. And happy Thanksgiving to you. Appreciate it. Six of Swords. Okay, guys. Ultimately, what I'm seeing here is, especially if you relate to it, of course, you probably said, you know what, this isn't working for me. I'm going to walk away from it. I'm going to close this chapter. So I'm getting, some of you guys might have moved on, and we have somebody here who kind of regrets something that they did or said. Could have been infidelity. Could have been trust issues, you know? But that could also be the old narrative. That could be the old chapter that's phased out of your life. And it does seem here, if something is truly meant to come back around, it will. You know, if that's part of the bigger plan here for you, then that's something that will present itself in your life, you know, where things can still fall into place. We've got the Ace of Swords. That is followed by the Two of Swords. So it's one of those things where we've got situations that aren't moving right now, but I feel that's a blessing in disguise, honestly. If something's not moving, there's a reason for it, guys, you know, because either timing is off or there's a reason why there's not a whole lot happening between you and a situation or a person. But I do feel if you relate to it, you probably ended things because they did something to hurt you here. And then that's clarified by the Ten of Swords. So this was a very painful experience right here. Ten of Swords and Three of Swords. It was, God, it was almost like a tower experience. Very painful. Backstabbing, betrayal. You know, this was an incredibly tough thing to go through. Which is why if you relate to it, I feel you've already moved on from it. Some of you are just ready for something new, someone new. Maybe you're single, but you're just preparing yourself for the next chapter of your life. But what I can tell you, if that's where you're at, guys, there's an ex-partner here that's coming through, regretting it big time, because now they see you as the one that got away. You know, they didn't realize how special and amazing you actually were as a partner until they lost you. And now that you've maybe closed that door and there's no way to reopen it, they're like, oh crap, you know, what have I done? So it's going to be one of their biggest regrets in life, I feel. For those of you who are, however, open to reconciliations, I'm also getting that new chapters can bring that in, because, you know, the World card can still open up opportunities for things to fall into place. And if you're focusing specifically on a love connection where you guys are not together right now, I feel this person still loves you. They really do still see you as the one that they want in their life. This is ultimately coming through as true love, right? So it's unity, it's partnership. They see you as the ultimate connection. All right, let's see what else. What else for the collective here? What else do we need to know? Somebody's feeling remorseful. I kind of get that. We've got the devil coming through. Some of you guys might be dealing with a Capricorn, or somebody's got Capricorn in their chart. It doesn't just have to be their sun sign. They were tempted. We see that, the temptations. There could be unhealthy attachments to experiences, or maybe ex-partnerships, or just people that were creating drama. And so when they met you, they still had that drama going on, or they were just broken from the experience and they never took the time to heal from it, you know? So I can't help but feel for some of you guys that this Three of Swords might actually represent a love triangle or a third party. They hurt you in that way. And if that's what happened, and it's interesting because we have the November rain reference, right? So we're in November still. And maybe you're already suspecting that something's happening with your person. So maybe there hasn't been this revelation of a third party, but you suspect it. And it does seem here that that's what's going to contribute to a tower. And you're probably going to put a very abrupt ending to it, which is why we're seeing that stalemate there from the Two of Swords. Oh boy. Okay. And look at that. We've got the Death card. So something's going to end if it hasn't ended already. But I see this as a blessing in disguise. I really do. Because if something is not meant to follow you into the future, if it's really not meant to be a part of what you are going to manifest in the future months or even next year, then this is a blessing. Because in a way, you're cleaning house, so to speak, you know, out with the old and things that no longer serve you, and be able to move forward, to be able to connect and find opportunities, people, connections that are way better than what you're walking away from. That's what I'm getting there. Look at that. And now we've got the Ace of Cups. It's like once you get to this point where you're like, it's the end of the road, and you know it, and you walk away from it, and maybe you've got this person, they're like, what? Did you actually end things? You know, let's try to get back together. Let's make this work. Now, all of a sudden, they realize that you're the one that got away, but you're really done. You know, it's like, bye, I'm done. It's stalemate. We're finished. And then the Death card is allowing you to create that transition in your life and to just have the time to heal from it, to kind of reassess your life and where you want it to go. So this is giving you the time to just focus on yourself for a minute, you know, especially if you've just been running on empty, dealing with difficult people and situations. So this could prepare you for new love coming in, but it's also giving you the opportunity to just love yourself. Just do what feels right for you, you know, and it's okay to not be in a relationship. It's okay to heal from it, you know? Absolutely, Estelle. Divine timing, yes. You get your blessings, absolutely. It can't be rushed, you know? And sometimes it's really hard to see it that way, especially when we care for someone, we love somebody, but then they're doing all sorts of nonsense behind your back, or they're just showing themselves to not be the right partner for you. There's better. In time, you will see that. And then we've got the Fool. Yeah, as long as you believe in yourself and the direction that you're going, regardless of who's falling away from your life, you know, I feel, again, that's a blessing in disguise. And in time, you'll see that you did the right thing. This will be in the rear view mirror of your life. You know, take a look back and see, oh, wow, I did the right thing. So there's a fresh new start coming in. And, you know, it'll be New Year's before we know it. It'll be 2026. And you've got 12 months to be able to create this amazing life for yourself. So that to me looks pretty darn good. And then we've got the Six of Wands. It's like, yay, victory, success. This is, I feel, the overall destination for you to take a look back at some of the more difficult experiences in your life and know that you did what was right. You know, walking away from circumstances and people that truly will no longer serve a purpose. You'll be happy to get here. It's like, yay, I did it. I did it. Let's grab one more card here. Absolutely. Everybody's walking their own path. Yep, their own responsibilities. And then we've got the Nine of Cups. And every person watching this has their own wishes, goals, dreams that we want to be able to bring to fruition in our lives. You know, and the universe is very smart in that way, guys. You know, we can put our dreams and hopes and wishes out there, but if it's not good for us, the universe will be able to manifest something that's way bigger than what we could have ever envisioned for ourselves. But I feel overall really good energies for the collective. Closing chapters, allowing certain cycles to phase out, making way for new cycles to come in. Okay, love it. All right, guys, so one final set of cards for this general reading. And then, you know, again, anyone who's interested in getting your own reading here today, guys, I'd love to do that for you if you're open to it. All right. We had Sister Moon Tarot here earlier. I don't think she's here now, but I'm going to use another one of her decks. Stay Inspired Oracle cards to wrap everything up here today for the general love forecast. All right, here we go. Oh, thank you so much, Mish5802. Appreciate that very much. Thank you. All right, so we've got compassion, guys. Extend yourself love and grace. I love that. Because sometimes we forget about ourselves. We're so busy taking care of other people or worrying about other people, putting them first, that we forget that we're actually a part of that list, right? Extend others love and grace as well. I love the beauty card. I am beautiful inside and out. My imperfections are beautiful. Those who love my soul see all the beauty I possess. Thank you so much again. Much appreciated. So, you know, this is about recognizing the beauty that you hold within yourself. You know, and sometimes, unfortunately, we meet people that make us feel less than, right? And it affects us for a very long time because we literally take all that in like a sponge. You know, a billion people could be telling us, oh, you did great, wonderful. And then there's that one person that goes into full-on criticize mode and we take that, right? So it's really important that we love ourselves enough to accept the compliments and the beauty that we hold within ourselves, as well as the people that love on us, right? And not really expecting anything in return. This is the next card, guys. We have Cleanse. Clear your energy. Make room for new energy, new mindsets, new relationships, new adventures, new beginnings. I love that. I love it. So let's go ahead and grab one final set of tarot. And thank you guys so much for being here. So we're really enjoying doing these live streams twice a week. So every Wednesday and Sunday. So 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time we'll be here. And, you know, all the repeat people that are tuning in, thank you guys. We appreciate you. And if you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and ask my daughter Cameron. She's our moderator here today. Thank you, Estelle. All right, here we go. So final group of tarot. Look at that, guys. We've got the Fool coming through again. Makes sense to me. You know, it's like clear the energy. Out with the old, in with the new. Yeah. Oh, I don't think she had a question.
Oh, she was just donating?
I believe so.
Oh.
So yeah, anyone interested, guys, in a reading, it's $22.22 per question. Okay. Queen of Swords. So again, this is coming through as my feminines. It's like you're not going to be putting up with people that don't treat you right. You know, you're standing your ground. You've got your boundaries up for anybody who just is out to either hurt you or disappoint you or not really contribute to your life. Yeah, sorry, no, that was my daughter. She misunderstood. It's $22.22 for a reading. So yeah, I told her that it was a donation. Thank you so much. Okay, we've got the Lovers card here, guys. So we do have Gemini coming in for some of you guys. You know what though, Mish? Mish 5802, I'd be happy to pull a card for you. If you did have a question, I could do a 1-card pull. I'd be happy to do that for you. So I'm getting here that, especially for my feminines, maybe you had dealt with a person who just made some wrong decisions here, and they're wanting a fresh start. They're wanting a new beginning here. And I'm just feeling from my feminines, you might still be feeling a little bit apprehensive to even give them a second chance because you've worked so hard to kind of cleanse out this energy. Yes, she is my helper here. She's the quiet one in the background. Say hi, Cameron.
Hello.
That was the quietest hello. Trust me, she said hello. Let me grab another card here. 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so some of you guys might be an entrepreneur. You might be focused on self-employment, whatever, again, those goals might be. It doesn't have to be focused on career and finances, but if that is the case, I do feel it comes down to the choices that you make, and it's really important for you to do what you love. Life is so incredibly short to be in a career or just a job that pays the bills, you know. You need to be able to focus on what brings you happiness, and the abundance will come. Anything coming up in love? Okay, sure. We'll go ahead and grab a card for you. All right, let me grab one more for here for the collective, and then we'll go ahead and grab that card for you. One more card for the collective. Look at that, guys. We've got the Ace of Cups. So new love, deep connection, but again, just focusing on career and finances for a minute. It's really important, as I mentioned, to do what you love. You know, it's really assess heading into a brand new year. Am I really doing what I enjoy? Am I doing something that I am passionate about? If not, perhaps try to reassess that so that you can finally do something that doesn't feel like work, you know? But this right here, it's a fresh start along with the new year coming in, right? So if you just feel like you are running on empty because so many people just depleted your energy, it's time to give back to yourself. It's time to love you first before you can extend that love to anybody else. All right, guys? So hopefully there's something in that general love forecast that helps you out. All right, so let me go ahead and grab your 1 card. I need to be mindful of what I will pull here. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, so you are single. Okay, single. Okay. I am going to pull a card from my Sunshine and Rainbows. You know what? I'm going to pull 2 cards for you. Okay, first, let's go ahead and grab a card from my Dating Scene Oracle. This could either be focusing on people that you should be open to interacting with in a romantic sense, or it could be a warning telling you that people like this are bad news. So let's see what this one card brings forward for you. All right. And what is your sign, if you don't mind me asking? And a first name, if you wouldn't mind sharing. But I'm okay calling you Mish. So let me focus on your vibe, on your energy. All right, here we go. Angels and spirit guides, please give me one card to focus on love, relationships, romance for Mish 5802. Aquarius, Michelle, thank you. All right, so this is for Michelle. Aquarius, give me one card. Oh, okay, I got to share the history behind this card. And I see my daughter grimacing in the back now. So it says husband material, okay? All your friends and family calling. Oh, I love that. Okay, now I get it because of the Michelle. Okay. So dashing and debonair. Okay, husband material. What is that telling you? That you have the capability to find love, and it's not just somebody that you're going to date and have it be a fleeting romance. This is somebody that has the capability to really be in your life long term. So now let me share the history behind this photo. This is actually my husband. So when I created this deck, I'm like, okay, well, husband material, let me just use my husband for this image. So he's giving you good vibes as far as being able to offer you somebody who's really good for you. All right, so that's one card. Let's grab one more card for you, Michelle. All right, angels and spirit guides, please, for Michelle, Aquarius. Give me some vibes, some good energy for her to attract somebody of substance, somebody who has the capability to really bring her the love that she's looking for. Okay. All right. Give me one card. Ooh, okay, so you have the smile. Okay, so this says there's nothing like a beautiful smile from your special someone to brighten up your day. You might find, first and foremost, when you meet this person, that's what attracts you to them. It's like, ooh, okay, I really love the way that they smile, or you just find them to be very attractive in their face, you know? They might have nice teeth, you know, something like that, where it looks really nice when they smile. And also, that could be the very thing that they're attracted to you. You know, maybe they love your smile. So it says, there's nothing like a beautiful smile from your special someone to brighten up your day. It can uplift your spirits when you're feeling down or make an awesome day or night even better. Just because, here's to a million smiles between you and your love in this lifetime. So those are your two cards, Michelle. I hope that offers you some guidance, at least, as you navigate the rest of this year in 2026. So, you know, you of course have to be mindful of the people that approach you. Make sure that you are intuitively picking up off of the vibe that they're sending you, because sometimes we meet someone within 10 seconds, you'll know that it's just not going to happen, right? But you will also meet people that you find yourself really intrigued by and really interested in, and you might ultimately find somebody that really is marriage quality. That is if that's what you're looking for, longevity. So that's what I have. I really like those two cards. And if there's anyone else out there who is wanting a mini reading, I would be happy to do that for you. But if not, no worries, guys. We're here Sunday and Wednesday. So again, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you don't already follow us on Instagram, it's The Celestial Forecast by Carrie. And of course, please give us a follow here on YouTube if you don't already. So thank you guys so much. I don't see any other requests. We're going to go ahead and call it a day. And Michelle, thank you so much again for the donation. I do hope that those two cards offer you some guidance that's helpful as we navigate the rest of this year and welcome in a brand new year. All right, guys, thank you so much. We're going to end it here, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.